At the heart of Scotland's largest city sits our busiest railway station.
All aboard!
Glasgow Central is the hub that connects millions of people in communities all over the country. For station staff, keeping Central's passengers moving is the constant mission.
It's a scary thought to think you're managing something as big as this.
And with over 100,000 visitors a day, no two shifts are ever the same.
Yeah, you've got to muck in. Everybody's got to muck in.
I can see if anybody for the head office is coming in to catch me out. That's always good.
Right, I'll be lost without the railway in Glasgow Central.
This time on Inside Central Station. The pressure is on as the station marks its beginnings and welcomes new arrivals.
We're celebrating 140 years of the opening of Glasgow Central Station, so that's all exciting.
This is my first day of tours. See, once you get your bearings, can you share that information with me? Because I've been wandering about here lost.
For over a century, Glasgow Central Station has been the engine that drives the city. Over 800 staff work tirelessly to get passengers on their way. And each day heralds a new beginning for a station that never stands still. At the helm of this huge operation is station manager Susan.
Here's my view, my great view. I see down into the ticket office, which is really important. Mobility point, I see how many people are standing there, and they shouldn't be in there, and I get people to go out and move them, and generally have a good overview of the station. And also I can see if anybody for the head office is coming in to catch me out. That's always good.
It's a big week for the station. Everyone is pulling together to mark a huge milestone in Central's history.
So we're celebrating 140 years of the opening of Glasgow Central Station. So that's this Thursday, so that's all exciting.
140 years of service is a massive landmark, and Susan is determined to put on a party to remember for staff, management and station visitors. There's lots to organise to make sure everything goes with a bang.
Shift station manager supervises station manager and colleagues blowing up balloons for party. I enjoy that you just never know what your day is going to be like. Overall, the people are just so great to work with, and it's them that's made me want to be within the station environment.
You really should be doing something more creative.
I know. Children's party. How turn your hand at everything? Well, they could maybe get you doing that at weekends. Hey, the bag.
Whilst preparations for the party get underway, it's business as usual for Shift Station Supervisor Allison.
It's just a great spot. You can watch everybody coming in, you can see a good view of the concourse.
Allison has recently been promoted, and her new role has brought an unexpected challenge today.
So we got a report through, we got a shout on the radio saying there was an owl on the track at platform 5. Quite an unusual one for us, we don't usually get owls in the station. So it has been injured, probably by a train, we think. And now we've phoned the RSPCA to come out and help us, so we're just out waiting. It's just down at the wee corner there, it's right next to our buffer ends. So he's looking not too bad. But he hasn't really moved from there. But he's moving about, so I think it's maybe his wing or something's possibly been injured. But hopefully we get him up safely tonight. Unfortunately, if nobody can come, the foxes will probably have a wee dinner, I'm afraid. Part of nature, not really much we can do with that. We do get quite a few foxes in during the night.
The owl is in a very precarious position, but removing it means drafting in the Mobile Operations Manager, also known as the MOM. Moms are specialists who tackle tricky and hazardous jobs, such as animals on the track.
The challenge with getting the mom is it's just after rush hour and they'll probably be quite busy everywhere else. Things with moms are a rapid response team basically, so you don't know where they are. We don't know where they are at the moment to see what else is out there, what other faults are there. So really it's up to control then to see what other issues we've got and whether we can afford for the mom to come down. But owls are protected, so I think we'll be making it quite a priority to come down and get them out.
Glasgow Central's popular history tours have become a huge hit since station tour guide Paul began them over 5 years ago. Thousands of people have been on the 90-minute-long behind-the-scenes look that goes deep below the surface to explore Central Station's extraordinary past.
The tour's been very, very successful, and actually when I first arrived I thought this is really a big thing, so let's see how we can expand it.
Helping Paul get to grips with the increasing workload is rookie history guide Jackie.
Oh my God!
You'll love you. There you go.
I'm a people person. I love history. I love Glasgow. So I thought this was a good opportunity to do something that I really enjoyed and get paid for it. I was a banker for over 20 years and then was given the opportunity for retirement and early retirement and redundancy. I took that, and then for the last 4 years I've been working on the open-top buses in Glasgow and also had a 2 days a week admin job and then came here.
It's quite big.
Aye. But these need cut, these are too big. But
Yeah,
the smaller size is too small.
Just bring one of those posters out of there.
Yeah. So
Maybe use
I think Drew's got the key.
Tomorrow we've got a celebration of 140 years of the opening of Central Station. Jackie's doing a lot of work in terms of trying to tell the story of the station to date.
So here's some of the posters that I've been working on, just some old photographs.
I know, but they're great. Where did you get those?
Fabulous.
They're great.
Got loads of old photographs. So this one here shows, the arches that hold up, support the station. This is them.
Yeah.
Look how wonderful that is. So that's
I
where
know,
we
that
go
looks
down
amazing.
on the tour. So
Oh, look at that, and John Menzies.
John Menzies. So
God.
It's a lot of.
A wee fruit shop. I wouldn't want that now because they'd slip, trip and fall on the bananas and the peaches and
safety.
that. They probably never had peaches then, actually, would they?
Oh,
Because I think you used to only get
I'm not that old.
No, they're pictures.
Can you
might be.
remember? I don't.
She's a completer finisher. That's always a good thing. When they complete and finish and say, I've done something, so we're looking forward to what happens, and then she'll get out and do the tours as well, which is really going to be something good as well.
Jackie has her work cut out with the birthday party, but to add to the pressure, her very first history tour with paying members of the public is looming.
I think sometimes the anticipation of something can be a lot worse than the reality. So getting the first one over with will be good for me. I know that. So really looking forward to it, but a wee bit nervous as well.
For Allison and the injured owl, help arrives at platform 5 from the mobile operations manager.
I take it you're here for my owl. So, we've got the SSPCA going to phone me back for when they're coming out, but it's down here, see, just right next to the buffers. If we get it out, what will we do? Put it in a box or something, or are you wanting to wait for them coming out?
It depends how long they'll be.
I know.
Mobile operations manager Michael can't risk his own safety rescuing the owl. Before he goes onto the track, the platform needs to be taken out of action.
So he, at the moment, will be talking to the signaller to get us a line blockage so that he can safely go on the track when the trains aren't running, and we can do it all the right way.
Up to 60 trains come in and out of the station every hour, so losing the use of a platform can cause significant delays.
Hello. What's the name? It's a very sharp pause. It's a very sharp pause.
I know.
What do you mean? Can I put it in? Swans. Done it with swans. Lots of swans. First time I know. Just watch its claws, mate. Just watch its claws.
With the owl out of the danger zone, Michael can get the platform operational again.
Fabulous, fabulous. We have managed to get the owl off of the track. So we're literally just putting it into a box just now. Oh, you're okay? Yeah. So we will take him to the office now, where the SSPCA will be out in the next 15 minutes or so to come and collect him, and hopefully it will be a good news story.
Get him checked over by the vet.
Oh, brilliant.
See what's what.
Do you get many call-outs for owls?
We do.
Do you?
A lot of them are at the sides of roads, so they've been hit or they've flown into the car and got a little bit concussed. So that might be what's just happened here. So fingers crossed.
Oh, no, we so appreciate it.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank you.
See you later.
Cheerio. A nice wee good story to go home with tonight to share that we saved an owl. Definitely. Yeah, on to lunch now.
So it's a wee tawny owl. We're going to get him checked over with a vet, and then hopefully he can go to our wildlife rescue centre in Fishcross, where we can rehabilitate him and then release him once he's better. So I'm hoping it's just a case of concussion, which we commonly get with owls. So hopefully, fingers crossed for him.
On average, 22 trains travel from London to Glasgow Central every weekday. One of the first faces to greet the passengers is Kenny from Virgin Trains.
I've been working at Virgin for 8 years. When I was first trained in the ticket office in Glasgow, it was just the pronunciations of the stations. Mulgai is like, I would say Milngavie, or Lochwinnock's another one as well. I do various roles in the station. Multitasker.
But Kenny's next task has nothing to do with work.
A big surprise, going to get a lovely bunch of flowers from my fiancée. I don't know what to get though, so going to ask the lady in the flower shop. Oh, they're nice. Yeah, lovely, yes.
Would that be
beautiful, yes, I'd be happy with that. She's going to love them.
Kenny and fiancée Gemma first locked eyes on the West Coast mainline train.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. Cheers. Have a good day. Bye. I was on a train and I was working with, we were doing the same job together. At the time I was working out of London. I just remember that little smile she had, so it was very cute. She's coming on the train, one of these platforms, so I'm going to meet her just at the clock.
Kenny moved north from Milton Keynes to be with Gemma over a year ago. But the couple's different shift patterns still mean lots of time apart.
Hello.
Hello.
I thought I'd get you some flowers to leave the stress.
Nice to try.
It's all right.
How are you?
How you doing? You all right?
They're beautiful. Oh, they're
Not
lovely.
as beautiful as you, but they're...
It's a nice surprise. It's nice when we get a chance to meet each other like halfway through. So sometimes our shifts cross over. We get a chance during the day to catch a coffee and then we go our separate ways. One of the good reasons that we both work here is we're both quite understanding. Very rarely would you find that you could say to your partner, I'll be home at 6, but I might be late. Or if you make dinner plans here, but if the trains run late, then obviously I'm going to be late. As for I can say that to Kenny and he's not going to go, what do you mean you're not going to be home at 6? Because if I message him and say my train's running late, he obviously understands because he can have the same issues as me. In here means a lot to us. We used to meet under the clock and we'd go whenever Kenny would come up for dates and stuff. And when we first started going out about, must have been three now years ago now, I think. And we'd not long been going out, and Kenny had a Glasgow job on New Year's Eve and had come up to Glasgow. So I came into Central and surprised them and met him, and we went for a coffee. And then he never knew that I was coming in, so I just turned up.
No one's ever done that to me before. Meet me off a train and surprised me. And at that time, that's where I felt, oh wow, I've actually got someone. Yeah.
The lovebirds are getting married in a couple of weeks and are doing all they can to make sure everything goes according to plan.
We've got to go through the songs for the wedding. We've already put the songs on
playlist.
Yeah, playlist, that's the one, yeah, playlist.
Dinner playlist.
Yes.
After dinner playlist. Ooh. That's what I did say a few weeks ago. Mid one of my wedding meltdowns was see if things ever get hard, can we just remember this moment, because I don't ever want to get married again. Once is plenty. Prosecco.
Prosecco, yes. Oh, so what music are you going to choose?
I don't know. I still think we'll need to go over the first dance.
Everything's done? Spot on. Spot on.
Tomorrow it's the station's big birthday bash, and Chief Party Planner Susan is getting everyone involved.
Just going to the flower shop there, going to get some flowers sorted out for tomorrow's celebrations to sit around the cake, so that's good. So I'm just going to go and check all on plan.
Originally from Poland, florist Justina has recently opened shop in the station.
So we're just checking about the plans for tomorrow and your lovely flowers. So
yeah, plant centerpieces as we discussed.
Yeah.
And
Scottish theme. Yes, nice Scottish theme.
Definitely.
Yeah, for our new Scottish
yes.
colleague. Yes, my new Scottish colleague.
Susan's keen to get the whole station family on board, and the coffee shop are marking the birthday in their own special way.
We were thinking about maybe doing like a coffee bag for the station. We're going to do a roast for the actual central station, maybe like you can give away or...
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be good.
That'd be lovely. We'll see you tomorrow then.
Yes, I'll get that sorted for you.
Fantastic. Great. Fantastic.
But it takes more than coffee beans and bouquets to celebrate a birthday.
So off to get my cake for my third cake. I've got 2 cakes already. Off to get my third one. You never know what your day's going to bring. Running for cakes, blowing up balloons, all the things you have to do to get ready for a party.
Glasgow Central first opened its gates to the public on the 1st of August 140 years ago. Station tour guide Paul sets the scene.
In the original station, 1879, this area here was completely different. There was no concourse, there was no gradient here. Central was a very small, dark and difficult to navigate building for many years. The buffer ends that are up there at this present time actually came down to just about here, which meant any passengers that come into the station, there was always a throng, a bottleneck here. 1879 was a year of turmoil in the city and throughout the world itself. The Anglo-Zulu wars were going on in South Africa. The British Empire was still very strong and powerful at that time. Glasgow was a product of that empire. It was at the zenith of the Industrial Revolution. This was the powerhouse of the empire itself. They manufactured these wonderful trains that still exist and run in foreign lands to this very day.
In the latter half of the 19th century, Glasgow was known as the second city of the empire. Through the 19th and much of the 20th century, it was a centre of excellence for engineering. From the shipbuilding along the River Clyde to the steam engine yards in the north of the city. At the time when Central Station was being constructed, around 600 steam engines were being built every year in Glasgow to satisfy the growing global demand for rail travel.
The weight of the steam engines absolutely dwarfed the services we have today. Big, laborious trains coming into this station, thundering across the original bridge itself. In those days, it was on average 130 trains per day. Today, the capacity has increased dramatically. We're looking at over 1,200 odd trains per day. So the station has grown as the city has grown itself.
In 1879, there were only 5 trains a day between London and Glasgow, and the journey took up to 14 hours. But it didn't take long for demand on services to increase.
Central is a victim of its own success in the way that it was always far too small. The original station itself, given that it only had 8 platforms in it, there was 4 tracks out there. And the 4 tracks meant that the trains had to queue to come in and depart the station. So the problem came, they had to try and extend the station. 1901 to 1905, the station underwent this huge reorganisation programme to give us the station we've got today. To be honest, my personal opinion is I don't think we could rebuild Central Station if we knocked it down tomorrow. We could never rebuild it to this absolutely magnificent standard. This place was built by sweat and toil and hard work, men that were never recognised for the job that they'd done. These men took pride in their jobs. They gave their lives for this place. For me, the real heroes of Central are the men that built this place from the ground up.
Today, the station stands as a stunning, fully functioning monument to that endeavour. With over 100,000 people arriving and leaving on around 1,300 trains every day, it's easy to see how people could lose each other in crowds. Part of Alison's role is to look out for travellers who might need a little help.
Can I put out a passenger announcement and then we can try that over the PA to see if there may be somewhere in the station that they hear it?
A passenger has missed the relative who was due to meet her.
My name is Barbara.
I'll just say Barbara. Everybody's always got a problem. There's always somebody down in the concourse you can find who's looking a wee bit lost, a wee bit unsure of themselves. It's knowing who to approach, you know, for a wee bit of help, a wee bit of guidance. The people who are meeting her were here on time, I assume, but the train was late. So now the train's in, she's here, but we can't find them. So should maybe get the PA put out in the pub, I don't know. I know, it's awkward. We're so used to having mobile phones that you don't know what to do when you don't have a number to contact somebody.
It's my fault for not having a telephone number. But of course nowadays it's just not given, and I don't carry my name and address books with me.
After repeated tannoy announcements failed to unearth Cousin Bill, Barbara could do with some respite.
She's away to sit and have a cup of tea just now, I think, calm her nerves a wee bit, and hopefully Bill will show up soon. So, future passengers, always have a phone number with you.
The weekend is fast approaching and passengers are desperately trying to make their way back home.
Any plans for the weekend?
I'm here the weekend.
Oh, you are? Oh, no.
You enjoy it.
I'll see you in a bit, yeah? All right. It's still busy. It's like a calmer Euston, really. Not as chaotic, a bit more slower pace.
It may often be calmer than Euston, but delays to this afternoon's trains from London mean many passengers have missed their connections. And Kenny has to deal with the fallout.
Paisley, yes. So you need to catch train to Paisley, Gilmore. Actually, is that St James?
And some passengers have further to travel than others.
Yeah, hello there. Okay, is that the last bus of the day? Okay, and how many of you? 2. Okay, 2. Just going to check if you can get to Skye tonight, if it's via train. Just first of all.
We should have got in about an hour, 40 minutes ago to get our bus to the Isle of Skye where we live. Only because there was a delay by about 1 hour, 40 minutes. Yeah, so we missed the bus. We'll wait and see if we can get to Skye tonight, back home. It's a long way to travel. It's a long time.
Donald and Cynthia live more than 200 miles away, almost 7 hours by bus. But unless Kenny can solve their problem, they're going no further than the station.
We've got 2 customers that just come up for a really delayed train for one of our services from London, and they've missed their bus connection to Portstree in Isle of Skye. So now we're just going to speak to the duty manager of ScotRail to see if we can authorise travel.
Like we're not in a rush.
Such a precious building with its 140 years of service requires handling with care. And Central's maintenance crew have their work cut out.
I'm the maintenance supervisor. There's myself, there's Kevin, and there's Davy. My motto to them is General Custer. Never ask a man to do something you're not prepared to do yourself.
The team have been together for more years than Stevie can remember.
Davy and I have worked together for 19 years, and Kevin's 14? 17. 17? So 17 years we've been together. If anything's broke, we fix it. If we can't fix it, we'll get somebody in who can fix it. Now, an electrician, you've got to be at a certain standard. So I think it's 18th edition it is now, isn't it? 18, It's just I've got to certain qualifications, right, to be an electrician. Anyway, we got a hairdresser applied for the job. Nice one, I can get a haircut. Well, that's what I thought. Davey didn't need to worry about that, Renner.
Devoted to the task, the crew work day and night shifts to look after the grand old station.
All right, kids. All right.
Whilst Kev gets to work in the mobility point, Stevie and Davey tackle a dirty problem on the office roof.
Right, magic. What we've got here, we've got the station manager's ceiling tiles. A couple of them have fell in because there's a blocked waste pipe there.
It might be a filthy job, but the roof is a great place to appreciate the skills of the pianist below.
Mamma mia, I was Queen earlier.
The station piano has become a favourite, free for anyone to play a tune. And Matthew is a regular.
I would probably come in maybe 3 or 4 times a week. The lunch that we get at work is an hour long, which is a pretty nice amount of time to come in. I don't know, it's my passion, so it's nice to just come and let go, release from work, just come and enjoy yourself for 45 minutes or so. I like ABBA because my parents like ABBA, I suppose, and I have good memories of being young. You know, my parents blasting ABBA through the speakers during parties, that kind of stuff. And you can't go wrong, everyone knows ABBA, so can't go wrong with that.
I think he's fantastic, certainly. I mean, I was over at the far side of the station and I heard this music and I thought, right, I've got to go and hear what that is.
And a virtuoso performance from Stevie and Davey seems to have sorted the leak.
I think that's done the trick.
You're listening to it?
Aye. No, that's a result. I'll just put these hoses back in, right?
A train delay has meant 2 passengers have missed their connecting bus home to Skye. Kenny needs help from Supervisor Duncan.
It's regular Skye they're going to, so we're going to get in touch with the control and we're going to get them a hotel for the night, tell them. And even if you have to authorise a train ticket, but I'm pretty sure Derek will give you an authority to travel tomorrow. He will give you an authority to travel to Mallaig. He can work out that, so me and Steve will go in the ball in a minute, okay?
Okay, keep him in the lounge for now.
Keep him in the first class lounge.
Sound reassuring.
Tell him we're getting him a hotel for the night.
Yeah. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Duty manager Richard approves replacement rail tickets leaving tomorrow.
Do you want me to come back? Yeah? You sure? Thank you very much, Del. All right? Take it easy. See you later. All right. Afternoon. Hello. Right. I have got your authorisation for travel tomorrow. And you can go on any train. What I can do, I can print you out connections as well to give you some options. So yeah, this is to keep this safe. That's the travel for tomorrow to Portree. Because of the length of delay and everything else, we're going to source you a hotel. My other colleague's doing that, but this is your travel for tomorrow. Okay? No problem. All right.
They can't get us back to Portree tonight, so they've offered to put us up in a hotel and ship us off first thing tomorrow morning to Portree. So.
My fear was to have nowhere to spend the night. Wouldn't like that.
If they can't get us home tonight, what choice have we got? We're in no rush really, but it's just inconvenient, that's all. That's okay. Depends which hotel. Follow us.
I love working with customers. It's just put a smile on my face. Not all the time it gets right. Customers are not always happy, but I always still end up walking out of work with my smile on my face every day. And yeah, I enjoy what I do.
Preparing for the perfect party means making sure there's plenty of cake to go around.
I think it needs a little bit of decoration, so I'll give it a bit of love before tomorrow. That'll look lovely for tomorrow. So the foundations are there, just need to add a bit of bling.
With so much temptation on offer, Susan has more than cake decorating to worry about.
Another cake. There we go. Hopefully the staff won't eat it at night shift. Need to watch that.
Barbara's been waiting for her cousin Bill to show up for well over an hour. Alison thinks she'll be more comfortable waiting in the bar.
So Barbara is in the beer house. She's going to wait, look out for them. She's going to give it another half hour or so, and then I've advised her just to get the train to Troon and get a taxi to the house and then take it from there. It's starting to look a wee bit dubious if he's going to show up here or not. So I'm going to let my staff know what's happening. They can keep a wee eye out on us as I finish shortly as well.
In the vain hope that Bill arrives, Barbara takes one last walk around the concourse.
I'm going to wait here now in this area and hope that he'll come on one or other of the trains.
Panic over. Cousin Bill's turned up and all can finally be explained.
I came for the wrong train. I came up to meet her at 2 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock. So when she wasn't on the 2 o'clock train, I went home again. And it's my fault entirely. I booked the ticket. I should have known which train she was on. Thank you very much for looking after her.
It's the end of a very long wait for Barbara as she and cousin Bill finally head off to Troon. As the commuters dwindle and the evening travellers head home, Alison calls the Scottish SPCA for an update on Platform 5's injured owl.
Oh, yes. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, well, unfortunately, bad news for the owl. Its injuries were too severe and they were unable to save it. We gave it a good effort. The owl had to get put down. Its injuries were too bad. I know, it's a wee shame, isn't it? I know. I think it's come in the front of a train. So, I know, a wee shame.
Glasgow Central has awoken to its extra special birthday, and Jackie's got some sprucing up to do.
Just trying to get it clean for the 140th birthday celebrations today. Just a wee bit dirty before I put my new posters in. We're trying to track the story of Central Station. So from the construction to more current pictures from inside the station that allow people to see how far the station's come in the 140 years that it's been here. Hello there. I've now got a team of cleaners. This is fantastic. I just hope it helps people understand the strength of the station underneath and the workmanship that went into it. I think the station has really gripped me, just taken it to my heart, and people have great memories. So there's lots of nostalgia around Central Station, partly because she's been here for 140 years. So lots of people have had lots of experiences here. Most of them are good. This is a real workout for me, up and down and up and down. This is the most important poster that's going up today. I'm not doing all this and not getting something in about my tours. Does this bring back memories coming through the station?
I'm just saying that.
That's the whole point of today. We're 140 years old today.
Really?
Yes. 1879 we opened the station. I know. That's us. Delighted. Definitely a thumbs up. I better clean up my mess now.
All around the station, people are pulling out the stops to make it a day to remember.
This is a special label that we've created for their anniversary. Just a little thank you, you know, for looking after us for so long.
They've even recorded a special announcement.
Hello. So you've made up the message for the birthday celebration.
Please join us wishing Glasgow Central a very happy birthday.
Justina's creating some floral magic.
I hope so that we like them.
And the maintenance boys have been roped in too.
Putting up banners for the birthday. 140. It's nearly as old as me.
Okay, hang on. Quiet on set. Roll camera 1, camera 2, and action. Kevin, hurry up and put that other one in, please, for us. General, hold it, you know, too heavy. You better get it right.
Just checking.
That's close.
Well, that's good. It's looking good. Soon we'll be singing happy birthday. Woo! Quite exciting. Getting there. Getting all those balloons ready, that's the next thing.
But these balloons aren't as simple as they look.
Why can't you do that?
Put it on the stick? No. There's lots of people who haven't been able to do it.
Did you go to a training course for that?
No. Really sharp. I love my job. It's never the same. 2 days in a row. Never. Different every single day. I can remember coming here with my mum, like as a small child, and when all the boards used to be displayed over there, just they used to put the number up and where the train was going, and I loved coming to the train station. The atmosphere even then was just fabulous. There's nowhere else like it, like Glasgow Central, and I think it's a real privilege to work here.
The old information boards may not be forgotten, but they're long gone. A station this busy depends on the latest technology to keep everything running as smoothly as possible. Teenage train enthusiasts Kieran and Colin have heard a brand new train is about to arrive. The Nova 2 is out on a test run and heading towards the station.
I've already seen it. Kieran
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I'm quite excited.
I've been wanting to see it for a while now. It's past Motherwell now, and it's just coming up to Uddingston. It's running about 17 minutes late, and should get here about 8 minutes after it was due.
The Nova train is a brand new train by Transpennine Express, which will be running services between Glasgow Central and Edinburgh Waverley to Manchester Airport.
The train will only be at the station for half an hour, and the boys are keen to see it pulling in to platform 10. The first view of 21st century railway technology is a big event for Kieran and Colin. They're determined to capture every moment of its brief visit.
Take a video of it coming in, and then just take loads of photos, like as many as I can while it's sitting here, and then get it as it leaves again. Oh, I can see it coming in actually. You can see the bright lights down there. I've put my phone in airplane mode. My grand's got a habit of phoning me, and then it stops the recording. I've kind of liked trains for a few years. It is a really, really good station because there's always something happening. There's never a minute where it's just empty. Like, there's always something happening and always something going on. Oh, wow. I'm getting 40s of this. Will we run down?
I feel like going out into the rain, but, well, I feel like walking out, but it's raining.
Okay, I don't care about the rain. I live in Scotland.
Jacket, though. Kieran, Old versus new?
We were getting at old versus new, so the ones that are getting taken out service versus the ones getting taken in service. It's good to have that because you probably won't see it again. It's good to have them.
It's a completely new train. It's the first of its type in the UK. As you can see, it's a fantastic piece of kit. Can't wait to show the customers what we've got. Loads of new features on board for passengers. Staff are really going to like them. It's a good place to be, so yeah, really enjoying it.
The Nova 2 is a Class 397 train. With a top speed of 125 miles per hour and advanced controls, it's a dream come true for drivers, travellers and especially train enthusiasts.
Oh!
I know, that's quite nice.
Oh, they've got comfy seats. Yeah, I'm taking. They've got fancy buttons, put it that way. They've got new touch-sensitive buttons. Yeah, they do look really, really shiny as well.
Well, it's just at the end.
Before any new train is launched to the public, the drivers need to build up their hours at the controls while they put it through its paces.
Back to crew today with this. We're due back there about 4:30, 5:15. Long day, but worth it. It's beautiful, yeah, compared to what we've got now. We've already got trains we've got now are nice. It's a lot quieter, a lot quicker accelerating. Rides a lot more smoothly. And we get a much better view of the beautiful view of the Scottish Lowlands and Lake District as you drive back. It's a nice view out the office window, definitely. That's the downside of having longer trains. I need to spend a bit more time down the gym, I think.
I wonder when it'll be back.
Well, it's doing crew to Glasgow now.
It was really good. I got good photos of it, worth uploading tonight. I think I've got about 100 odd photos now. Yeah, it was really good.
Back on the main concourse, Jackie is approaching her biggest challenge yet.
So this is my first day of tours with live paying customers. Hello there, are you coming on the tour?
Yes,
Welcome, welcome. We'll head into the Delhi Central, so just walk this way.
All of Jackie's training and practice has been building up to this moment.
Excited, but in a really good way, so looking forward to it. I think it's important to get it under your belt. It's like everything. The first time you do something, you have all these fears, what if, what if. Do you want to take a seat, everybody? Pull in, just come in and get a seat and squeeze up. This is where everybody gets to know each other. My name's Jackie. The clue is in the name badge. I'll be your tour guide for today. I'm quite new. This is my first day of tours today, so be gentle with me. Let's go. OK, folks, there's a great saying in Glasgow. Always look up. Look up. 48,000 panes of glass. The old departure boards. Before the electronic version, they were up here, and they were manually put up each time there was a train getting ready to leave. See if you just go down and stop on the big landing, just the very first big landing. I know. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you, right?
The history tours have become such a feature of the station experience, it only adds to the pressure.
I think I'm worried that I take stage fright or whatever, and in the middle of, once you get going, names, dates, lots to remember. Come on, you, we'll just set the pace, right? We'll set the pace. So we're stopping here really to let you get your bearings, right? And see, once you get your bearings, can you share that information with me? Because I've been wandering about here lost for weeks. Rumours have it that buried treasure and a hidden village is underneath Central Station. I've been down there. It's definitely no there. However, there were some who came off that train carried on a stretcher, who would never walk, indeed never breathe again. These were the dead bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, 200,000 gave their lives for this country in World War I. 200,000. A whole generation. Behind the doors of room 15 there will be our museum. I've been brought on board because of the success of these tours, but my main job is to create the museum in the station. I can't contain myself, I'm so excited. You'll see in the press once the museum opens, you'll be able to come back for that. Feel fine. Once you get into the swing of it, that's good. And really, ladies and gentlemen, we'll kind of come to the end of the tour. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it informative. My background is, believe it or not, banking. And I've come here and I've fallen in love. I've fallen in love with this station. It's just so many stories. It's a wonderful place. And I count myself very, very fortunate to be working here. But thank you very much for coming. I do hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope you'll tell all your friends to come back.
Jackie's taken a host of paying customers from around the world through Glasgow Central's amazing past. But what do they make of her debut performance?
Jackie did a great job.
We love Jackie.
Yeah.
Woo! We love Jackie.
Jackie for president. Jackie for president. Jackie 2020.
Oh, she's super. She's obviously taking her own style to it, and she's just got a really nice way with people, so it was really engaging. Yeah, I thought she was great.
Jackie's tour sticks to Central Station itself, but Bill Hicks and Jill Scott are so passionate about the adjoining hotel, they've written a book about its history. The entrance on the corner of Gordon Street and Hope Street wasn't always the first approach for guests.
This is the other entrance to the hotel from the station concourse, and that was the one that was used more by the stars who used to come in on the trains rather than have to go outside into the street on a wet Glasgow evening. They would come in here, straight into the hotel, up the stairs to the luxurious rooms.
Here's this brilliant staircase, Bill. How lovely it is, how wide it is to accommodate all the very wide bustle dresses.
Bill and Jill have visited this iconic hotel on countless occasions, both before and after a comprehensive renovation was completed in 2010.
Well, we came to the official opening, had a few occasions in the champagne bar. I've had an afternoon tea. Well, you haven't, I have.
No.
The hotel initially was being built to be the offices for what was called the Caledonian Railway Company, which had been formed in 1845 with the main purposes of bringing a station, a mainline station, into Glasgow. And the competitors were the Glasgow and South Western Railway Company, and they had opened St Enoch Station in 1876 and a hotel that was right beside the station, and the hotel was doing very well. So the Caledonian Railway Company said, we shouldn't be having offices next to the station, we should be having a hotel. So the hotel officially opened in June 1883. That was when they welcomed their first guests. There was 390 bedrooms. There was room for 250 staff to stay in because most of the staff lived in.
So we're going to the ballroom, which is all the way along this corridor.
When the hotel first opened, what is now the ballroom was the original dining room.
Step back in time, Jill.
Step back in time.
Into the grand ballroom.
This beautiful ballroom.
Wow, what a place.
It's 90 foot long, 40 feet wide and 29 feet tall.
Many of the original features, like the giant crest of the Caledonian Railway above the fireplace and a number of the marble pillars, have been lost over time.
It's quite interesting to think that after all these years, a lot in the room has changed, the decor's changed, the carpet's changed, Fireplace is still there.
The fireplace
and
is
of
still
course
there.
the pillars are still there,
pillars are
albeit
still there.
there's only 4 of them now.
Heritage buildings like this will always see continual change, and a revamp is currently underway to take the hotel into its next chapter. But in the early days, amenities that are now taken for granted weren't always included in the price.
I remember there were days, back in 1912 again, where if you wanted a fire in your room, you had to pay for it. And it cost you 1 shilling and 6 pence to have a fire in your room during the day. And 1 shilling it cost you at night. On to the champagne bar, yes, I shall look forward to that.
Lovely corridor.
This is the door that the businessmen used to queue up at in the mornings after they'd come off the sleeper trains from London. And they come into the hotel to have their breakfast before they went on their day's business. And here we are in one of my favourite spots, looking over the concourse of Central Station.
I thought your favourite spot was the champagne bar.
Oh, only if I've got a glass of champagne
Well,
in my
there
hand.
you go.
Well,
when we came to do the book on the hotel, the story was that this room had about 5 layers of carpet on it. Subsequent owners had come in and they'd put carpets on it, put another carpet on it, etc., etc. When they ripped it out, and that was when they discovered the original floor.
amazing that, isn't it, to think that all that marble had been there for all these years.
When the hotel first opened, the champagne bar was actually a reading room. One of the many rooms set aside for pastimes like writing, billiards and smoking.
Hey Bill, I'll give that one to you.
Thank you
I'll
very
be
much.
the lady. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Fully fledged station tour guide Jackie is now in full swing. And her first online review has just been posted.
I'll just read it to you if you don't mind. I'm so chuffed. After taking my son on a tour, I felt slightly lost in time. Jackie, the tour guide, was excellent and her knowledge was amazing. You can see how passionate she is about the station. My son and myself look forward to visiting again when the new museum opens, as there is a great, strong atmosphere that just feels so emotional. And I'm so emotional because it's great to get good feedback. I was dead chuffed.
But will everyone be chuffed with the station's birthday party? Celebrations get underway in half an hour and Susan needs to make sure everything's on track.
Hi, I've just come to collect her bits, bits and pieces, great. Great. I suppose I don't panic very much because I think through my career I've not been allowed to panic because my job is to keep everybody else calm. All right, I don't think I'll be able to carry a table, you might need to help me. I'll definitely assist you, that's what I'm here to do. No job's too great or small. It's a hotel, they've offered to help us by providing a nice table and some nice linens so that we can get the cake set out, so that's great. We've got it. Yes. Drew's helping.
Try to blow up a burst balloon. That's my contribution to the party.
The balloon's not blowing up and the clock is ticking. It's enough to make Susan's blood pressure rise ever so slightly.
You get a wee bit more nervous and excited, don't you? Because you just want it all to go smoothly.
Hey, balloon. Balloon. Anybody? No. Got a balloon.
1212, hello Glasgow Central. 1212, happy birthday.
I'm not going to sing.
You know, there's actually people that's scared of balloons. They've got a fear of balloons.
Right, we'll need to get started. They've done the announcement, it's pre-recorded.
Just to switch off?
No, put it on, I need them to put it on. Sorry, I'm getting frustrated there, sorry.
But despite the anxieties, everything comes together at the very last moment.
Please join us in wishing Glasgow Central a very happy birthday, 140 years old today.
Sure.
birthday. You don't look 140.
I know, I said formaldehyde.
140 years ago today, this station opened its doors for the very first time.
So have you been using Glasgow Central a long time? Years?
More than I would like to remember.
Me too.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Come on, have a bit of cake.
Okay, thank you.
See?
Oh my goodness.
Because you've got absolutely no willpower, have you? 140 years today, Central Station opened.
My
yes.
God.
140 years ago, 1879.
I've been coming here since I was a kid, and it just has always been big and massive, and I've always loved the roof since I was a child, like really young child. I've been passing through the station and still do on a frequent basis, like today.
Station manager, special piece of cake. Right, how do I eat it ladylike-ly?
You don't if you've not got a spoon.
It's the best job in the world. You know, it'll always hold a special place in my heart. And the people are so amazing that every day makes me smile, you know. I love everything about it.
Next time on Inside Central Station.
If we can't see the floor, then it becomes a danger, and we would have to start looking at maybe doing a partial evacuation.
This train is not going anywhere. Excuse me, step back.
You okay, yeah? If people are very, very under the influence, then they're not allowed on transport. So we have a safe zone to let them dry out.
People have been asked to paint someone famous who stayed at the hotel. I'm not holding my breath for a prize, but I got further than I thought I ever would, so